Patients have the right to amend their PHI for as long as the provider maintains the records. The HIPAA rule for amending PHI is Section 164.526. California's Patient Access to Health Record Act is in the Health and Safety Code. HIPAA has 6 basic guidelines for amending PHI. A patient has a right to amend any PHI in the designated record set. The designated record set is information that's used to make decisions about the patient. A provider may deny a request if the record was created by someone else, or if the record is restricted or not available, or if the record doesn't need to be amended. The provider may require the patient to make the request in writing. The time for response is 60 days, but if the provider needs a 30-day extension, they must give reasons for the delay. When the provider accepts a request, it must make the amendment and inform others. The provider must ask the patient to identify everyone who should be notified. If the provider denies a request to amend, they must provide a written statement of rights and allow the patient to submit a statement of disagreement. The provider may limit an unreasonably long statement of disagreement. The provider may prepare a written rebuttal to the statement of disagreement. The designated record set must contain or have links to the disputed amendment, denial, statement of disagreement, and rebuttal statement. When PHI is subsequently disclosed, the provider must include all the material or an accurate summary of the amendment. Downstream providers must amend their designated record sets also. The provider must document the names of persons responsible for processing amendments. Patients in California have an absolute right to submit an amendment up to 250 words. A California provider has no right to dispute the patient's 250-word addendum. Even if the addendum has defamatory language, the provider must put it in the patient's chart. Now we'll see how amendments are done in the town of Single Peak. The Pruitt Medical Group sits on the corner of the plaza. Jesse's clothing store is on the same side of the plaza, and the coffee house is behind the plaza. Waitress Wanda takes a break from the coffee house, walks around the corner, and goes to her favorite store.
Hi, Jenna. How's your Aunt Jessie?
She's good. What's happening with you?
I need something to cheer me up.
What's up, girl?
I got really upset with Dr. Priscilla. Last Friday, I had my annual physical exam. I had blood tests, a pap smear, and a urine test. Dr. Pruitt called me this morning and told me I've got a venereal disease, but I haven't had sex in 2 years.
What'd she say about it?
She said the lab tech found a parasite swimming in my urine. It's a disease called trichomonas.
That's totally weird. What a coincidence. I had it too. My boyfriend told me he had trichomonas, so I went to get tested. I went to Dr. Pruitt's office and had a physical exam, and she ran some tests, but she didn't find anything wrong. And I was still messed up, so I went to Planned Parenthood, and that dude ordered more tests and found out that I did have trichomonas. So he gave me some drugs and I got rid of it.
I wonder if there was a mix-up at the doctor's office. When was your appointment? Last Friday?
Yep, last Friday. I bet you're right, our test probably got switched.
I want to talk to Dr. Pruitt about my lab tests.
Hi, Wanda. Won't you come inside? I understand why you're upset. You have a right to amend the medical record if there's an error. But unfortunately, my lab tech just left on vacation. She won't be back for a month. I need to talk to the lab tech before we change anything. I have to confirm the records are accurate and complete. HIPAA requires me to act within 60 days, but I may extend the deadline 30 days.
Oh, really?
Wanda was really upset when she left Dr. Pruitt's office. The next day, she went to the office of Lois Lawyer, her workers' comp attorney.
Hi, Wanda, what's the emergency?
There was a mistake in my medical record. I want to get it fixed before it gets into my workers' comp file.
Did you make a request for amendment?
Yes, but it will take a couple of months for Dr. Pruitt to do anything.
According to California law, you can write an addendum that requires the doctors to attach a note to your patient records. The addendum must be disclosed whenever the incorrect portion of your record is disclosed. You can write anything you want, but the statement can't be more than 250 words. Dr. Pruitt must enter the addendum as soon as you give it to her.
I want the addendum to explain how my lab test got switched with Jenna's.
I wouldn't mention Jenna's name. If the addendum contains defamatory language, doctors are protected from lawsuits. If the addendum embarrasses Jenna, you can get in trouble with your friend.
Okay, I will avoid using Jenna's name. I'll say there was another patient who got tested on the same day.
That's better. I'll help you write the addendum.
Under federal HIPAA law, a patient has a right to request amendment to their medical records. Under California law, an adult patient has an unrestricted right to insert an addendum up to 250 words long. Thanks for watching. We have more tutorials coming. Thank you in advance for comments and suggestions.